What's up, it's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be my 12 recs by 12 vamps for 2025. Hello everyone, I am here to share the 12 books that have been recommended to me by my vampies, which are my patrons if you didn't know. My Patreon is vampire themed, hence vamps. The Patreon link is always down below, and we're called The Lair. This is one of our exclusive merch items. We have the Lair syllabus on the back. Syllabus, I put that in quotes, with like my favorite books, the books I always mention and blah blah blah. It's an insider. We have bloody reads, we have exclusive videos obviously, monthly readathons. Every now and then I'll be guesting on some live shows, and that'll be mostly Patreon only. I don't host live shows anymore, but if I ever do guest on any, I do link them on Patreon. We have exclusive polls, like to vote for Full Moon Book Club, picks, movie nights every month, and a bunch of others that I can't think of at the moment. It's a fun time over there. I love getting to know everyone. Oh, the Discord, duh. It's just such an ingrained part of my life now that I forgot to mention it. But we talk on there every single day. We say good morning every single morning, and I love just getting to know all my patrons. The Discord is for the top 2 tiers, but I also have the Bat tier for Patreon updates and the Bloody Read exclusive vlog, etc. We have my 12 books here. Basically, I posted on Patreon, I was like, hey, give me some recommendations for next year. I've done this challenge 2 years now, and I've yet to complete it. I still have like half the list left for this year, and it's currently December 5th. It's not looking good, my dudes. It doesn't seem like I'm gonna finish that, but I still do want to read all the books on that list. Anyway, so I went through all the comments, and I go by interest level if I own the book and the length of the book, because I want to be strategic and I want to actually set myself up for success for next year. So I picked some shorties, some romances, some books I just bought, some books I was just gifted. They're all here. And then I have 2 that I don't have physically, but they're short and on Kindle Unlimited. So I'll mention those first before I forget about them. Ooh, I'm also gonna have to look back at the Patreon post to see who recommended all these to give a little shout out, you know? But I know this first one was by Sash from Sash Reads. I'll link everyone's channels down below if they have one. And she recommended Role Playing by Kathy Yardley. And I've been seeing this cutie cover going all around Bookstagram, and I know it's a romance. It involves gaming, which is why I wasn't interested, but if Sash recommends it, I will take her word for it. Oh, a grumpy 48-year-old. Okay. 50-year-old optimist using the guild. Her college-age son makes her a deal. He'll be more social if she does the same. She can't refuse. She joins a new online gaming guild. Bogwitch thinks Otter is a college student. Otter assumes Bogwitch is an octogenarian. When they finally meet face to face, the unlikely pair of sunshine and stormy personalities grow tentatively closer. These older protagonists? Is there an age gap? Okay, I don't know how old, because they have like gamer personalities, whatever, their handles and avatars and whatever. Huh, interesting. Ooh, yeah, I need more romances with older characters. The maturity speaks to me on a completely different level. I don't remember if I've ever read a romance with 48 and 50-year-olds. Ashley from Bookish Realm gave it 5 stars. So that's the first book. Super excited for that, and to also utilize my Kindle Unlimited membership. The next one, I'm also not reading these like in order or anything. This next one is super short. It's 118 pages, and it was recommended by Kasha. It's called No Way Out by Santana Knox, and I think it's like a dark romance. Ooh, it takes place on Halloween night. A horrific romance. There's no way out of the maze. A teacher, a student, a scarecrow, one dangerously lusty Halloween night in a small Ohio town that will never be forgotten. I just saw it was short and it was horror and romance, so I'm like, yeah, this sounds great. I'm excited for that, especially because it takes place on Halloween. I didn't know that until just now. Cool, cool, cool. All right, now we'll move on to the physical books. 2 of these are actually Joey's books. First one being A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. This was recommended by Destiny. I actually started this via audio last year, I think, because Joey read it and said it was really good, but I didn't like the audiobook, so I am so willing to read this physically, especially because I really enjoyed Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay, and this is a possession story. Joey said he doesn't get freaked out by books usually, but this one genuinely scared him. So I'm intrigued, and it looks like like it's some sort of mixed media. I know the sister gets possessed, and I think she's fairly young. 14-year-old Marjorie begins to display signs of acute schizophrenia, and there's an exorcism. I'm excited to read another Paul Tremblay, and Destiny said this really surprised her, and it's going on her top 10 of the year. And then I have another possession book, and it's another Shorty Patorti, Come Closer by Sarah Gran. This one was recommended by Amanda. All I know is that this is a possession story, and Joey also really enjoyed it. And I feel like this is one of those backlisted books that like I need to read if I'm gonna consider myself a horror reader. A woman is haunted by impulses she cannot control in this modern horror classic. Recurrent, unidentifiable noise in her apartment, a memo to her boss that's replaced by obscene insults, shoplifting, fighting, blackouts, a voice in her head that tells her to meet strange men in bars, to hurt people. Amanda is a successful architect in a happy marriage. There must be a reasonable explanation for all this. I just love short horror, so I have no doubt in my mind. I just know I'm gonna love this. Oh, Amanda also recommended A Head Full of Ghosts, by the way, but I took the Come Closer recommendation instead. Miranda recommended Necrology by Meg Ripley. This is a recent buy for me. I bought it from my favorite horror bookstore the night I met CJ Lead. Super fun night. This I just know is like culty, kind of witchy. I kind of want to go into this as blindly as possible because I haven't heard anybody talk about this yet, and it's just like such a cute little book. It's one of those with the spine on the spines. Goddess of Filth also has the spine. I think it's a specific edition. It seems like a fun time. Like I said, I don't really want to go into it. It says it's in the aftermath of the Salem witch trials, and there are magical women known as the Dirty, and they signed some sort of contract. That's all I want to know. The next one was recommended by Tiffany. I mention her all the time, and she recommends Woodworm by Layla Martinez, which is another recent buy for me. I actually just uploaded my final book haul of the year, which includes these last two books, and it just went up, so I will link that down below if you missed it. But this I just know is a haunted / sentient house. It's a translated work, and I heard the writing's really good, and it has commentary on like immigration and things like that, and it touches on generational trauma. So I'm really excited to get into this. I think Kayla enjoyed this, but I know a few of my patrons really love this one, and I really love the cover of this book. The next one was recommended by Steph from Steph Loves. Again, I'll link channels down below. She just spoke to my heart by recommending a yeehaw romance. Okay, Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. I haven't heard about this until I saw her comment, and I immediately bought it because it says, in the steamy cowboy romance, it's the first novel in the Silver Pine series, a woman returns to her family's ranch after a broken engagement and finds herself falling for her brother's best friend. I love a brother's best friend trope. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it, but anything that's a cowboy romance, small town romance, I will give it a shot. So as long as there's not like accidental pregnancy, I'm in. The next one was recommended by two vampies. This one's recommended by Brienne as well as Ashley. Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. This was actually gifted to me by another vampy, Sarah, so thank you so much. Ooh, hello? Why haven't I looked at the back? Those are two faces with flowers and blood. Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh my god. Okay, so I think this has like fairy tale vibes, but like dark fairy tale vibes, which I'm all here for. And it's a YA gothic horror, I think, maybe. But as soon as I saw this cover sometime last year, I was like, I need to get my hands on this book. And I, for some reason, thought it was a picture of Dorian Gray retelling, but I don't know. It says Thomas had no idea that Andrew would do anything for him. Protect him, lie for him, kill for him. It sounds like there's a male-male romance? Question mark? Ooh, it sounds like it gets heavy too, because there are abusive parents involved, off-limits forest, a nightmarish monster. Drawings have come to life and are killing anyone close to him. All right, I'm in. I'm so in. Ooh, there are illustrations. I don't want to look. I don't want to spoil myself, but I'm so excited for this. Such a gorgeous cover. Like, I would have this as an art print in my apartment. This too. Oh my god. Next one was recommended by Tamara, which was perfect because I've been eyeing this book since I heard about it. I think Cass was the first person who mentioned it, or I think she's the first person I saw talk about it, but I saw this on like an Amazon suggestion or Goodreads suggestion, which is where I get a lot of my books, to be honest. Other than booktube and bookstagram, I just click on things I like and then I look at the suggestions, and that's how I find new authors or new series or whatever. But anyway, A Dark and Secret Magic by Wallace Kinney. I had a whole endeavor with this book because it came like 2 weeks late from Amazon, or almost a month late, I think, and then it came after I got a refund, and then I got it from Barnes & & Noble, so I returned the Barnes & Noble one. It was a whole mess. But now I have it, and I just know this is the perfect October book. Obviously there are pumpkins on the cover, but it says, a warm spellbinding tale about a witch and the secrets her coven has been keeping from her, with echoes of the classic Hades and Persephone story in the tradition of Practical Magic and Witch of Wild Things. I've read Practical Magic and I own Witch of Wild Things because of one of my patrons, Everest, because they gifted it to me. When was that? Was that my birthday? I don't even remember. It just sounds so good and cozy, and there are witches, and there are pumpkins on the cover, and the autumn leaves. This is the perfect autumnal cover. I'm just so ready for this. I feel like I have a perfect mix of everything I like in this list. Like, there's a sprinkle of witchy, a yeehaw romance, horror. This is like a perfect TBR. Speaking of things I love, I also love sad books. Beartown Colleen recommended this. I love Frederick Bachman, and it's been so long since I've read a book by him, and I heard this is no different from any of his books. I heard I'm gonna sob through this too, and I can't wait to finally dive into this series. I actually started this on audio too, but I couldn't get into it. I'm glad I have a physical copy, thanks to one of my subscribers, Angela, who I actually met in college. We took a YA lit class together, and then she found me through Kayla's live show, and she has a channel too, so I'll link her down below. Incredible. Small world. Books really do bring people together. But anyway, I'm so excited for this. I can't wait. I heard it gets really heavy and there are a lot of trigger warnings, so do beware if you end up picking this up at some point. There's like a small town. It's like a bunch of hockey fans and, I don't know, found family maybe? Sounds like that type of book. It seems like one of those where like there are a bunch of characters and they all come together. I don't know, maybe I'm just making that up. But I know it's like a very like community-centric book, and there are 3 in the series, and they just get larger and larger, so hopefully it's enough to keep me invested enough to want to read a 600-page book. The next one was recommended by Sam, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I believe Everest got me this too. Yep. And they said it made them sob, so I'm excited. It feels like this is going to be like a nature documentary, but make it like sad lit fic, and I am so here for it. I think this octopus plays a big part. Exploration of friendship, reckoning, and hope that traces a widow's unlikely connection with a giant Pacific octopus. Oh no, she's a widow. Significant others that pass away. That's like the saddest trope for me. Yeah, I already know I'm gonna sob. I heard this book has won awards, right? I don't know. It was really popular last year. It's a read with Jenna Pick. This is just literally the perfect TBR. I can't get over it. And the last book, the 12th book in this list, is recommended by Megan. Of course, she recommended Where the Dark Stands Still. I have been wanting to read this since I bought it, and I have no idea what's honestly, I think it's the names that are intimidating me, or like I haven't been in the right mood for it. I swore to myself that I was gonna read this in September this year, and then I never got to it. It's just one of my favorite covers of 2024, for real. Look at the back, and I just love the little like shimmer that it has.
I can still make the whole place shimmer.
But I know there's like this forest. What dark secrets lie hidden in the spirit wood? Magic is monstrous and its practitioners are monsters. She flees her small village into the dangerous demon-infested spirit wood to steal a mythical fern flower. This is a fantasy book, and for some reason Megan said she cried, so I really hope I also cry, because we agree on a lot of books, so I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be at least a high 4-star. I think all of these are going to be like 4 stars and above, to be honest. Literally every single one, truly. Unless there are some really cringy moments in the romances, I don't think any of these will be lower than a 4. That would be my hope. So that is my list of 12 recs by 12 vamps. I'm so excited for the new year. I just can't wait for a fresh start. I can't wait to actually be proactive about this list and my 25 for 2025 that I'm still finalizing. I have an idea of the books I want to put on there. I've made two or three drafts so far, and I'm making sure that it has only horror and romance and some lit fic so that I can actually accomplish it, because if I put a bunch of fantasy books on there, there's a very high chance that those aren't gonna get read. Stay tuned for that, but for now, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, put a bat emoji in the comments down below to represent my vampies. Hope you had a 5-star day. Don't forget to do some self-care, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.